In today's video, I am going to be breaking down why Trae Young is so scary and hard to defend. Let's get down, let's check him out. If you want me to break down your basketball shooting form, make sure to go check out the link down in the description below. I'll be able to give you different drills, workouts, and tips on how you can improve your shot. First off, Trae Young is superb at using that screen and roll to be able to get teammates open for open shots, or even dunks like this one. This is actually a very good play to run. So here we have a screener for Trae Young. We have a weak side, essentially a weak side player, and a back screen on that screener. It's an STS play. From there, what we have is that initial screener. He's going to be then rolling towards the basket, and we're having that back screen, which means that his defender is now essentially stuck, and this would normally be a very easy lob to that initial screener. However, because Trae Young uses that screen and he goes out a bit wide, he's able to draw up that wing or corner defender from his teammate, which then allows that teammate to get wide open for that dunk. Being able to use the defenders to your advantage, knowing how to draw them up to defend you so that you can get teammates open, is key to Trae Young's game. Being able to also use screens and get that switch. Here he's able to switch off to Kelly Olynyk, who is not going to be able to defend him one-on-one. In this case, we see a quick hesitation onto his left foot. He then does a quick crossover to make it look like he's about to drive back towards that right side. Kelly Olynyk is a lot slower than him, so he's going to give him space, which is usually a mistake because Trae Young's able to pull for that three-point shot. If you're a player who's very quick and you get a switch to a lot slower of a defender, there's two different options that you can have. You can beat him off the dribble to the basket, or you can do a quick, basically crossover hesitation so that you can get him separated from you, and then in that case you can just pull for the three and you'll be wide open to do so. Here we see Trae Young using a screen once again. Remember, using screens is his key. After he uses that screen, he curls in right away. And there's actually a very good reason for this. When he uses this screen, his defender is trying to go over top. If your defender goes over top of that screen, you need to curl in quickly. If your defender goes underneath, you pull for a three. However, what he does is he curls in here and he does a quick, we can see that with his handles, an in and out dribble, which freezes that hedging defender. From there, he's able to then take an extra dribble and a little bit of a floater at the end, because this defender knows that Trae Young knows how to send up alley-oops very accurately to rolling players. So this player is essentially guarding two players at once, which is never going to be a very successful occasion. And from there, he's able to just send up a nice floater for an easy two. Now, off of missed shots, he's able to grab either the that defensive rebound, or he's able to get into open spaces so that his rebounders can get him the ball. And when that happens, he's then able to attack basically at light speed at the rim. And he knows how to be able to get that basket here. He's very close to, of course, getting blocked. But what does he do here? Of course, he takes that last dribble one step, and then he takes two steps. He's already starting to go up. However, he is looking at the rim, but he keeps his peripheral vision. We have to know who's around us, because here he's able to bring that ball up to get that defender up into the air, and then he's able to then reach around, keep it extended, so that now he sees that defender's hand and he can then extend out away from that hand so that he can make those layups. It's always really good to be able to practice just understanding how to get that ball off the backboard. Knowing how to use the full backboard is going to essentially allow you to be unstoppable when driving towards the rim. And it just takes practice. Lots and lots of shots. Now, of course, this is a really flashy pass behind his back, but what does he do here? In all reality, this is a 4-on-2 situation. Anytime you have a 4-on-2 situation and you're bringing that ball up the court, what you want to have, instead of these wing players cutting in, is for them, especially if they're very good three-point shooters, is for them to leak out towards the corners. Because as a ball handler in a 4-on-2 situation, you can attack those two players and collapse them into the key, which is what we see here. And now, which one of these two players takes more in charge on trying to defend Trae Young? It was this side. So that leaves the player on this side wide open. And when that's the case, you can get that pass out to him for an open three. This next case, again, he had that switch. And anytime you have a switch onto a weaker defender who cannot handle you, is to essentially try to either blow by them or to do a step back. Here he uses that hesitation, and we know that Trae Young uses that hesitation a lot to do a quick step back for a three. Here, he's done that maybe a few times in this game, which we've already seen. This is all essentially the same game, but he's able to blow by Kelly Olynyk because Kelly Olynyk probably thought he was going to do a step back. So now in this next clip is, again, how to use screens, especially if you are a younger player or even a player who's looking to essentially have a lot of screens set for them this year. He has his initial defender right here. He then gets a hedging player who comes out, and then what happens there? Well, this is essentially a switch. This player goes off towards that wing, and now he has another screen by Capella setting up. Well, this player here is trying to hedge and also essentially cut off the ability for Trae Young to use that screen. Well, guess what? If any player is trying to cut off your ability to use a screen, you need to pull back and attack back the other side. In which case, that's what he does here, and he's able to get past much slower defenders to be able to get off a nice, easy mid-range shot. The other thing about Trae Young is his ability to shoot from ridiculous distances. Obviously, I did not forget this factor about Trae Young. And the reason why he's able to do this is a lot of the times he's taking a 1-2 step. He's not jumping on both feet at the same time. He's actually using very good footwork here, where he's going towards his left side, using his right foot first. He's going heel, toe, and then he brings over the toe of the left foot. That allows him to stop his forward momentum, and then with that toe allows him to get up into his jump shot. He's also a one-motion shooter, which allows him to have ridiculous range. Two-motion shooters do not generally have this kind of range. You need to be a one-motion shooter to be able to do this. However, it's not just the one-motion shot. Of course, he is having a low set point, which I know there's a lot of coaches and trainers who will say low set points are terrible, but it actually works for Trae Young. He's got a one-motion shot, which allows him to get it up much faster. He does have a little bit of a thumb flick so that he can get that ball over his elbow before he releases. And then, when he does release, he's got his elbow pretty much in line with his forehead when he's going from deep. But he's got that soft release, so that gives him the arc. And he has a lot of spin on that shot. Notice how much rotation he has on that shot. This is very key. If you don't have backwards rotation when you're shooting that ball and you've got a thumb flick, you need to remove that thumb flick. If you don't have lots of arc on your shot, again, sometimes that is a case of too much of a thumb flick. You want that thumb flick to be released from the ball before you actually release the ball itself. And this altogether allows Trae Young to be able to have essentially unlimited range. Again, if you want me to break down your basketball shooting form, make sure to go check out the link down in the description below. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video, and I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball player. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.